her Merlot out of the glass and onto the carpet. Suze, was she really talking about testicles at this charity fundraiser? Suze was, and she continued, "Taking it all off and out of my way is a good thing, but a girl should know that her man can at least grow hair on his balls. That's all I'm saying, Tammy. Jeffrey isn't metrosexual at all, given those saggy clothes. He's more like completely asexual. He just looks like a dud. So you end up with hairy balls and no Big Bang. What's the point?" Indeed, Tamara had no legitimate response to that. Suze didn't need one. She was on a roll. "For me personally, I want to know that if I bend over in front of him, my man is going to pitch his tent. I don't see that happening with old Jeff there." No, Tamara didn't see that happening either. There was no spontaneous tent pitching from Jeffrey. "But I'm not the one who has to have sex with him, so if it works for you, if he gets your engine firing, then it's all good." Right, it would be all good if he got her engine firing, which he didn't. He couldn't even get the key in the ignition. They'd only attempted sex once, and it had been just shy of appalling. Not that Jeffrey knew that. It had seemed to work for him, because he was the one who'd had an orgasm. Tamara took another sip of wine because she suddenly needed it. God, what was she doing? Was she really this lonely that she was willing to try to force herself to like a man she found dull as dirt? Apparently she was. It had been 2 years since her husband Pete had been killed in a wreck at Talladega, and yes, damn it, she was lonely. "I just want some company, Suze. Someone to go to dinner and the movies with. He's good for that." "So he's your man-panion, a male companion?" Accurate, Tamara supposed, yet that sounded so totally unappealing she had to wonder if she really had any clue what she actually wanted. She shifted so that a member of the catering staff could clear the table behind them. They really should be mingling, not standing in the corner talking about her sex life, or lack thereof. But Tamara was feeling downright cranky and fussy as she started to realize that this weekend, which was supposed to be a test drive of her relationship with Jeffrey and if they could take it to the next level, had her sucking down wine for fortification. And she was stuck with him for another 24 more hours. At least the next day, Pete's parents were dropping her kids at the track to watch the race, and they would serve as a welcome distraction from Jeffrey's lectures on the negative effect of corporate sponsorship on professional sports. However, that was tomorrow, and tonight there was no denying she was dreading going back to the hotel room with him. Time to throw the caution flag if anticipating a night in a hotel with a man and no kids to interrupt just made her want to turn tail and run. She was also thinking that if she needed her kids as a shield between her and her boyfriend just to sit through a 4-hour race, there was a big old problem. It really didn't make any sense. Jeff was a nice guy and she liked him. Truly and genuinely liked him as a human being. He was solid and caring and safe. Exactly what she wanted this time around the relationship track. He had been nothing but kind and tender to her, and this was how she reacted? By wincing at the thought of sliding into bed naked with him? She needed to be kicked in the head. Or maybe she just needed more wine. But the truth was, you couldn't force chemistry between two people, and she had been pretending that she could. Since she wrestled everything else in her life into submission, she had figured this would work the same way. Unfortunately, her libido wasn't listening and refused to ignite. "Man-panion is the goofiest word I've ever heard," Tamara said, turning and exchanging her empty glass for a full one, not even able to bring herself to feel guilty about it. She was starting to feel a little desperate. "It fits him. Goofy." "Don't hold back. Tell me how you really feel about him." Bad enough that she knew he was basically a nerd. Did Suzanne have to point it out, too? That brought a contrite expression to Suzanne's face. Her friend, the one who had stood there in the hospital with her and held her hand when the doctors told her that Pete was dead, squeezed her hand now. "I'm sorry, sweetie, I'm being rude, aren't I? I just want you to be happy, and you really don't look happy. He's not your type at all. You're a driver's wife, Tammy." Tamara felt her chest tighten.